He's top 3, Lauren.
Okay.
We could argue. We'll see at the end of this tape if I could convince anybody that he's number 1. But D-Row, let's go to the very beginning with Fernando Tatis. When he moves from shortstop to the outfield, just the outfield in general, what were your initial thoughts?
Coming up as a shortstop, when I had to go out to the outfield, I was bored. That was my. You're so close to the action. You know what pitches are coming. You can't really hear the fans. You're kind of, there's a security of being in the game. I felt like when I went to the outfield, thought about my ABs, what I was going to do. You could hear the chirping of the fans.
Right.
So I thought he was going to be uninspired and kind of out of it. And I think it's been the complete opposite.
That could be the case in the beginning, but what he's been able to turn himself into as a player has been really impressive, and I want to tip my cap and give him some props. Let's get, just to start off before we get into this, D-Row, one could argue, dude, we're trying to make this case. One could argue, just going by F4, he's a top 10 player in the game, D-Row. I understand that his power is a little down right now, but as we're digging to this defense, we're going to see how much value he can bring to his team. Yeah, he's the leadoff hitter. He's stealing some bases this year. He's getting on base, but the defense is where this war value, I think, is really being driven from. Let's get into the tape and show. This is probably what you're thinking, D-Row. If we go back to 23, we're going to show some great plays first. And he's been killing it this year. He's one of the best players. He's showing that he has the ability to do everything, and that's what he's turned into. But going back to 23, D-Row, he first made the transition. It's like these are the things when you're going through the learning curve that you're going to struggle with. Making a transfer, go back on this one real quick. That's one of the tougher plays, and we've seen O'Neal Cruz kind of deal with this a little bit, D-Row. When you're used to having a small glove in your hand and you have to make the transfer, getting that little ball out of this big glove all of a sudden seems tough. But he's so athletic. As the year goes on, and even in 23, you can see how quick he's able to make the adjustment. And that's what pure athleticism really brings to a player or brings to a game. If you're athletic and you have the ability to make adjustments on the fly, you can become great. He won a gold glove at the finish of 23, ended up winning the platinum glove. Look at these ranks right here. Let's throw out hard hit rank and focus just on the defense right here. 98th in range, 99th in arm strength, and 86 in sprint speed. This is what creates, these are the attributes you have to be a great defender, to be able to affect the game, not only with your legs and being able to range down balls, but being able to throw guys out. So let's see what this looks like. When you have these attributes and you're able to put them in play accurately, this is not just wild skill set. Like, you just have to have these things and know how to use them in the game. His ability to use his timing. This is the robbery we saw yesterday with Rafael Devers, which Devers ends up tipping his cap to him after this.
I think that's a great point. If we could pause that, I always feel like going back to the youth space, it's like there's always a showcase before the games are played.
Facts.
And I feel like the parents and the kids sometimes worry more about the showcase. Like, you can have all the eggs of velo in the world you want and the arm strength that you want. If you're not doing it in the game, you're eventually going to tap out.
Facts.
So he's bringing like elite skills and then putting them to use.
It reminds me of, and I love all these players, so this is not a jab at all, but as excited as we get about Ellie De La Cruz, O'Neal Cruz, all these guys who are just elite athletically, I think they're still working on the process of transferring it into the game. And I think Tatis is one of the better players is being able to transfer it into the game and use it, and where you're able to see it day in and day out on defense. I mean, these are plays. This is an extremely tough play. Running in, the ball's diving away from you, you're able to make an adjustment on the fly. His ability to get behind the ball, understand his steps, get the ball out, make an accurate throw. I understand it's Josh Bell running, but this throw reminds me of a throw that we've seen at some point in history, D-Row, and I couldn't put my fingers on it, and then it came to me. It's the Ichiro throw. I really think the way, pause it, run that back one more time, and watch how he transfers his feet. This is one of the better things I've seen on how outfielders get in line. They take the right foot, D-Row, and they bring the right foot behind them to get them on line with the throw, and then with the 99% arm strength, you're able to make that accurate throw, and it's so effective to where guys will just stop running against you.
Yeah.
He shows that he's able to go back on the ball. This is a week ago, the Mark Vientos home run robbery. This is a ball that nobody else is making. Yandy Diaz coming in, going towards the line, being able to control your body. and still make your accurate throw. Pause it real quick. A lot of people, when they have to make that throw, D-Row, they're moving so fast, they can't get their body under control. They're pulling the ball, they're pulling across it, they're airmailing it. He's able to slow the game down so much to where he can take his time. He understands what his strength was. I played with Gerardo Parra, and he was one of the guys who had an absolute cannon in the outfield. And he's almost asking you, please run on me.
Yeah.
If you run on me, I got something for you. So a guy like this is not going to finish with a lot of assists because at some point, players are just going to stop running on him. Keep it going. But when you look at what makes a great outfielder, you have to be able to do all those things. You can't just run it down. He's enjoying it right here against the Yankees. This right here, D-Row, and I want to run this back one more time, and then we're going to finish the tape. This is a 15% catch probability right here.
What?
But nobody talks about it because
I was just going to say, why is this on there? Because he runs this down like nothing.
But that's the point. That's because Pete Crow Armstrong the same way. He gets a great jump. He runs it down. He's able to make the play, but he doesn't get the accolades for it because he's not laying out. He's not breaking his neck, running to the wall. He controls his body, and the last thing that he brings is the ability to cut a ball off in the gap. These are the game-changing moments that nobody pays attention to. That was Victor Scott running right there, and you're able to keep him to a single, and he's really embracing being a right fielder. He's not a shortstop anymore, and seems like he's okay with that. He's learned to have fun with it, and last board we get to, gotta have a little swag with it too.
He does.
DRS leaders in baseball this season.
Really?
Fernando Tatis is #1. So, to answer your question, Lauren.
Top 3, maybe
Flo,
1? You've convinced
you
us.
can argue that he's #1.
How dare you?
That 15% catch probability, I still go back to that. I'm with you, Giro. It looked like easy peasy for him.
Makes it look easy.
This is neither here nor there, but he's got a new ad for New Era Cap where he's dancing. It's really good.
I'm sure.
I mean, he's just
I
got,
would imagine
he's got
so.
everything going for him. Great stuff.